Here we are, the discreet
Oh,
few again.
We love being discreet. Well, not me.
I think all of us.
No.
Oh.
No, not about it. Not today.
How you guys doing today? I don't want to hear any more of this nonsense. I just want to know how you doing.
Well,
Yeah, we're thriving right now. We're going. We're riding.
Well, perfect. Nate, I'm happy that was your answer.
you asked how I'm doing. I'm doing well.
He was
Thank you for
grammatically
asking.
correct.
All right, fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let it slide. I just know I hate
What
you.
about you? What about you, sir? How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I just did my day, and here I am. I'm here to talk to you guys about a little spooky game. I don't know, Phasmophobia.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Scary
I'm
game.
pretty sure we very, very briefly brought it up in like episode 1 or 2, but like apparently it just had recent updates. So we went ahead,
Yeah. We play
right?
games. We dabble.
Yeah, we took the opportunity.
Yeah. And we found it oddly thematic too, because I think I told you to what I saw today at Starbucks. It's already back.
Mm.
Pumpkin
What's
spice. It's already back.
oh
It's
come on.
They're saying it's fall.
Apparently.
Well, it is August. That's their logic.
I mean, it is.
August equals fall, yes.
I mean, it's the 24th. We're in the dog days of summer. That's what I like to call them.
They really are. The waning, moments of summer.
Yeah, we're about to transition to fall, and also known as spooky season, right?
So basically, here we are in Halloween.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're ahead of the game. We're pioneers essentially.
We're just like retail stores and Starbucks.
We're just
like
shoving
may
it
not
down
realize
your
it.
throat. Like, yeah,
Exactly. You may not realize it, but it's Halloween.
yeah,
yeah,
catch
and
up.
we're gonna let you know it.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's next. Are you looking ahead?
I hope so.
Oh, they don't
Plan
get it.
your turkey.
Anyway, we did record ourselves playing it too, so that might be a release in the future. We'll see.
Who knows?
But-
Maybe within this own episode, we'll figure that out. And who cares?
We'll get
Yeah,
we'll
maybe-
get there when we get there.
Yeah. Oh well. Here's that bridge I was told I was gonna cross when I wait.
What?
We're there.
Well. If it isn't the bridge I said I was gonna cross when I got to it, there we go.
Mhm, there it is. So, why don't we start with you, Alan? What was your experience with Phasma since you are a non-believer?
I don't know. I don't really like scary things. I don't like scary movies. I'm much more easily swayed towards a comedy movie than like a horror movie. Scariest thing I've probably seen is like It, and like that was, you guys will say, "Oh, that was funny." Go fuck yourselves.
I actually didn't see
But-
it. Like,
I wouldn't say it was funny.
Well, I
It was
know
a pretty scary movie.
some people I went to like university with, they went ahead and were laughing through the movie, which made me only more uncomfortable for their mental sanity. So like
yeah.
but with regards to Phasmophobia, I just don't like, and it's it's a great feature of the game, but I don't like the whispers like through your like one ear.
Oh, but that's
Yeah,
what
that
makes it
fucks you up.
scary. Like
Yeah.
that's what makes it different.
Yeah, and everybody always wants me to play with my lights off. Like what? No.
Oh
No.
yeah, no, I actually think I may even have mentioned that to turn off the lights.
Yeah, everybody always. I'm
Yeah.
not for it.
I got lights going. Like, they're not bright lights, but like I got ambience. You know what I'm saying?
Ambiance.
Ambiance. Mm-hmm.
It's a fun game though. They did
is a
change a
good
good
game.
amount. I remember when I'm pretty sure we all played it when it first came out. It's definitely, this is not a paid sponsorship, but like it is a
It
good
could
game.
be though.
Yeah, it is a good game, and it's a little hard to get used to just because there's so many like items.
There's a lot. It's a big curve.
Yeah,
Yeah,
least
there's a lot to
now.
wrap your head around. For me, there's a lot to wrap my head around.
Like
with
when it
that.
first came, when it first came out, there were only like probably 10 items or so, and like seven different types of ghosts. And now there's like double that for like
At
triple
least.
that. Yeah,
there's
like
so many ghosts, so many different ways to find evidence if they're there or not.
And apparently now with the new update, there's like different tiers of it. So you can have.
Yeah.
I was
I lost
apparently
all my
holding.
money. Where'd it go? That's what
I didn't realize until I was already in the house that I was using the like the tier 1 EMF reader
Yeah, and I think there's
when
different
Pat had
tiers.
the like 4, I think.
They took away the digital thermometer. It's a higher tier. Now you got an actual thermometer with mercury.
Yeah, no, there's a
That's
lot of different
great.
good
I didn't
stuff
see
they added.
that.
What was that, Alan?
I just said there is a lot of different good stuff that they added. It's definitely
Yeah.
way more immersive than it was.
Yeah, it's a good time. But we had someone also take us through it, so he's gonna come in at the end to elucidate you on our first trip back. Isn't that right, Nate?
That's right. A good friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
You have friends.
A
Right.
few. Just a
It's a
few.
statement, not a question.
So let's get into the meat and potatoes. Nathan,
Yes.
tell me about some spooky ghost stories. What do we got?
Oh, you want to hear some spooky
Yeah.
ghost stories on this Halloween episode?
Uh huh.
Well, I mean, so personally, I don't really have much. I have a few stories. So my first ever kind of poltergeisty, type of story. I was chilling in my house. I was probably in 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And my brothers were over at the computer across the room from me. We're like in the living room. So there's a TV, there's like a computer at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and my parents were out.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember just like a cup that was sitting up on the hutch of where the computer was at.
The hutch, excuse
Yeah,
me.
it's like a shelving above a desk.
Mhm.
Okay, a cubby.
I I believe it's called a hutch.
It's called a hutch, yeah. But you go ahead. Kindergarten
And the
terms.
cup
Yeah, we
and
out
the
here.
cup flew across the room.
Oh, just yeeted
And now
itself?
And
and
you're
I-
sure you didn't have the window open with like
no, the window, I mean, I don't remember, but I believe the windows were closed. But here's the thing.
Mm.
For this specific one, it could have just been, my brothers playing a trick on me when I was young.
How old were
You
you?
know, well, what grade did I say? 4th grade? So like
Yeah.
Okay,
11, 12?
got it. Okay.
No, younger.
No,
8 or 9.
maybe. Yeah. That sounds better.
8 or 9.
Yeah.
Wow,
Um,
we're the old people that are like, maybe it was 1970. No, 74. Like
Oh
they
my
get hung up
God.
on the smallest little detail.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Anyway,
But the age between 8 or 9 and like 13 or 14 is significant when it
It
comes to being
is,
tricked
yeah.
by your
well,
older
that's what.
brothers.
Yeah, your brothers
Your
are older
cognitive
too. Yeah.
function evolves so much.
Exactly. But so that was that. I mean, that was like the first thing I was like, they didn't really say anything. I was just like, what the fuck was that? And since they kind of ignored it, I ignored it. And then the next thing, I was over a friend of mine's house, and he lives in a town close to where I grew up. And the house that he lived in was from, I think, the early 1900s. It was one of the newer, or rather older, houses in that area.
Oh, it was like Betsy Ross's house. Okay, got it.
Exactly, yeah. And I was sleeping over, and I was sleeping in a first floor bedroom. My friend was sleeping in the second floor bedroom, and then his parents were elsewhere. But I remember falling asleep around like 2 a.m. I got to bed around 2 a.m. And I think around 3, maybe 4, I hear like walking like down the stairs and like across the floor. I'm like,
Fuck
whatever.
that.
It's probably my friend. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
And so I fall asleep and I wake back up at like 4:30. Like I remember like looking at my phone. It was like 4:30 in the morning.
Mm.
And I hear walking again. Like back and forth like into the kitchen, like doing like it sounded like they were doing stuff. And I'm like, wow, okay. It's probably his mom. I'm gonna go back to sleep.
Yeah.
And my friend wakes me up. He's like, "Hey, man, here's a glass of water."
Mm.
Why would he just wake you up?
Well, it was like I think 11
Yo,
at
I
that
would.
time.
Oh, so it was time to
Normal
wake up.
time.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
like
okay.
time to wake up.
Got
Yeah.
it. I thought he was like waking
Sorry.
you up at like 4:30 in the morning.
No.
You're like,
That's what I thought
hey,
as well.
here's a
Yeah.
cup
No,
of
no,
water.
I fell back
Like,
asleep
chill
around
out,
4:30.
man.
Yeah.
Have some nagua.
But no. And I was like, hey, like, because like we were talking about it a little bit the night before. He was like, I've had some like weird like experiences in this house, man. And he like told me a few things, and I wasn't really buying it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because he and I had just really started hanging out for the first time, so I really didn't know what to expect. And so he was telling me this. I don't believe it. And the next day, I'm like, hey, man, like, do you know, like, if anyone was walking around last night? Like, after we went to sleep? And he's like, no, everyone was asleep before we went to sleep. Like, there's...
They
so I was
can't.
like...
They can't wake up in the middle of the night.
and they could. They certainly could.
Yeah.
And then I said, you know, I was like, well, then I also heard, like... I think...
What
I don't know
sounded
how
like
I brought it up, but I asked him. I was like, was there anybody... like walking around at like 4:30 essentially. I didn't bring it up this way, and he's like, well, I mean, my parents were gone. Like, my dad is like a cop or something. He works early.
Leaves, yeah.
So very well could have been.
And I believe so does his mom, but like,
Oh, he let us down.
I don't know, it wasn't.
See, I'll be the one. Listen, I'm you know, I don't like scary stuff, so you know, I don't have many stories too. But like, I'll say in with regards to what you're saying right now, I will do everything in my mind to logically break it down so that it's
No,
a
absolutely.
human.
Yeah.
But rather, regardless of what my tale says, it really was like, I don't know how this, like, these are some strange ass like footsteps and sounds. Like, no one should have been there. But
She was like dragging almost or something.
no, it was just like not times that anyone was awake, or like that people are normally awake in that house.
Fair. Well,
I don't know. I don't like it. It's
still
us. I'll say that it's his parents, their friend's parents.
And I think that's probably the most likely case.
And you know what?
What?
What? Hypno?
No,
Go
like,
ahead.
It's brewing. It's brewing.
What? Like a poops?
No. The a memory's been flooded back into my mind.
Oh,
well,
yeah?
I just want to say, I want to say right quick. So this was years ago, and it's not really anything crazily like spooky on my end, but more sus. So I went to an abandoned psych center with a few people. Yeah, I don't think you were there, but
No,
this Nathan
didn't go
was,
I
and
sure was.
yeah. And we went around. We were looking around. You know, when the buildings went, ha, wow, look, broken glass, ha. You know, like as we do.
Graffiti!
And yeah, you know, like I
Look at
was
this
wearing.
dryer!
We were all wearing like a respirator. Yeah, exactly, like miscellaneous stuff. And eventually, Nate and two other people, they decided to go into. There were tunnels under some of the buildings, and I was like, nah, that ain't me. I'm not doing that. Like
Fair.
that's not
Very fair.
not happening. I'll stay in my car, nice and safe. But so they went ahead. They all put like gas masks on and went down there. And I have
straight
no
up
idea
had like
what...
a Soviet Union,
Yeah,
like borrowed from my friend. It's not mine, but
yeah. But then you know we went our separate ways, right? And so I was walking over to my car. I was like, oh, you know, they'll probably be like 20 minutes. No, wrong. They were like an hour and a half. And I was sitting up there in my car, and I was like, all right, I'll just go for a little walk. You know, it's not dark yet. And I started walking, and of course, right away, what happens? I see somebody, and I'm like, I'm alone. This is an abandoned area. I don't like this. So I immediately just like yeet back around to my car.
oh, God.
And on the way back, of course, like there's a little wooded area. I just was hearing like it must have been like deer walking or something, you know, like in the woods. But I was like hearing some really suspicious sounds, but I
Yeah,
didn't
they're
like see
coming, they're
anything.
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
And then
They're
and yeah.
coming, they're
And then
coming.
at this point the sun is starting to go down because I like walked a goodly bit away because I was like, these guys are not answering my messages that I sent a half hour ago. I hate them.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
we
leave
got
them here.
We were
Like,
beneath the ground.
I don't care. I don't care. Get
Oh my
underneath ground.
goodness.
I don't know. But so I eventually make it back to my car and I just start playing music. I call somebody. I'm just like talking, like, passing time. And eventually someone like walks right behind my car. So I'm like, okay, that's really weird. There's like nothing else around here. There's no other cars. There's nothing. But I made the swift decision to like just drive away.
Okay.
I went into like the next building parking lot's over, and then like there they were again. I was like, oh,
That's ooh.
Wait, the
Yeah.
same people?
yeah, the same. It was only one person, but yeah, the same
Oh.
same person.
What do
And
you
I
look
was like, all right. I can't really remember too
Oh,
much. It was
okay.
definitely no. It was definitely like beardy and like just like
rough.
Oh, Beardy and the
dirty
Moss.
looking. Yeah. But I didn't like that. So as I was driving away again, he like hollered at me,
Oh no.
and I was like, do I acknowledge this? What do I do here? And I was like, all right. I was like, what's up? And
Oh,
he goes, yeah. He goes, did you see anybody walk around here a few minutes ago? And I was like, no. And he was like, all right, well, because I'm trying to find one of my friends, but I can't find them. And I was like,
Holy
I
shit.
I was like, I wish you luck. I was like, I don't know what to say here. Like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I was
Sorry,
like,
bud.
I hope you find them. And then I
We were
like
probably, what, 17, 18 at the time?
zoomed off, maybe, yeah.
You were a kid.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
If that. I don't even
But
know.
then I literally was just driving in circles for a half hour. And then I
Really?
went back, I went back to the parking lot where like the tunnels were that they went under. And probably like 15 minutes after they came up and I was like, I was going to leave that. I don't like uncomfortable situations like that
No
shit.
one-
I'm really sorry that we put you in that
No,
position. man.
no. You weren't at the time, so it
No,
doesn't
I
mean
wasn't at
anything
the
now.
time, but like I am now.
Nah, it doesn't matter. It's
He's
okay.
Okay,
reflecting.
whatever.
He's trying to grow.
No,
Whatever.
I
All
won't
right.
allow for it.
So I remember going into the building. We had to go into
'cause
the
I have no idea
basement
what
of
happened
one
to
of
me.
the buildings. We went through. I took pictures of a lot of it. And we just kind of went wherever we could that went down.
So
And
you walk
so
in
we
a
ended up.
tunnel, how far you think you walked?
So
Was it a straight
well,
shot?
first
How
we
many
had.
left, right did you take?
Okay, so what? So we get into the tunnel. I think we had to climb down a ladder.
Oh, see, already, fuck that.
Yeah, we had to climb down
Yeah,
a ladder.
right? Thank
The
you.
entire fucking tunnel was like basically asbestos lined.
Yeah.
Like, is this old ass insulation around these like either gas or water pipes that are like around your ear level.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably 6 to 8 inches of sludge.
Yep.
At any given point,
Yum.
and so we're trying to avoid that, obviously.
Yeah, but these are tiny ass tunnels. They're not meant for.
They were no, dude. They were enough to fit a gurney.
Oh wow.
What is that?
they
Like
were-
what you roll a body on?
Yeah.
So, well, that's
Yeah.
the thing. That was the whole goal. We were trying to get to the mausoleum because we knew that there was a
Why would you
tunnel.
go there?
Because it's sick as fuck.
What's...
I don't know.
Yeah, right? See? There's something wrong with. Oh my goodness. Hypno, please. You gotta.
So that was the
Oh my
goal.
God,
we
man.
knew there was a
What
tunnel
you
from
doing?
one of the buildings
Okay.
to the crematorium and mausoleum.
Did you have a map of the place?
Yeah, Hypno
We
at like
did. We looked
17
it
would
up.
have never done that. He would have been so sane. If you were there, you would have stopped it. Us collectively would
Yeah.
have stopped this from happening.
Listen, I'm okay with trespassing and like, what was
It's
that place?
exploring. Like,
Yeah,
we weren't
exploring.
doing
Yeah,
anything.
urban exploring.
Yeah, but like, that's too much. I ain't no, honey.
Yeah. Thank
Why?
you.
Anyway, so you're in six. You're in
Yeah.
the sludge.
So we're walking
You're putting
through.
yourself in bodily. Just keep going. Keep going.
We wore masks for a reason.
Yeah, but just keep going. Keep going.
And they got in my car and dirtied it.
The lease.
Yeah.
The lease, not
Um,
the lease.
No. Okay, so, there was a few crossroads that we needed to go down and realize it was a dead end and turn around and keep going down the main hall. And it got to a point where I think I was second in line.
Okay.
It was
file. See that?
yeah,
Yeah, even
right.
more uncomfortable.
Keep going.
right.
The-
And it's
the
like
deep breath
slushy. It's dark. We were just using our headlamps.
You're,
Even more, another, okay.
Yeah, and so
you guys still have candles?
all of it. No, we forgot our gas lamps. Sorry.
Fool. Where's the canary?
Where's the in the coal mine?
Yeah.
No, we.
Keep going.
So I'll jump ahead.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, we feel like we've been in there for like 3 hours.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like we have been walking forward. We think we're about to reach it,
It was an hour and a half.
and our friend Jackson is ahead of me. Okay, or Jay, whatever.
We'll see what he feels like, yeah.
Yeah, and he just starts freaking out. He and he's a rational person.
Well,
he screams, flips out, and starts sprinting towards me. He's only like 4 feet ahead of me, so he's like rushing me. And so I sprint. I'm freaking out. Our other friend behind us starts to freak out as well.
just
and
collective panic.
we straight up sprint. Yeah, no, we're just rushing. And after a few after like 10
few
seconds,
bit.
A few bits,
I like
I stop and I'm like, or we all stop. We're like, what's going on? And he explains. He's like, dude, I straight up heard bare feet slapping towards me.
oh no,
Yeah, I remember
no.
that
See?
story.
No.
Yep.
If I went there, I would have I wouldn't have moved. I would have like stayed still like a tree, like with a T-Rex.
Not if
or
all
something.
three of us are pummeling towards you.
You're right. I would trample all of you and leave you in the dust.
Hey, yeah, I'm out of here. Yeah.
No, that was terrifying. And then we came up and we found this there was another ladder leading up to basically like a manhole
Okay.
in the ground
Yeah.
above. And it was on our way past it wasn't the one we went down.
Mm-hmm.
And we come up and we were straight up like 50 yards from the building.
Damn.
We somehow hadn't traveled at all.
Yeah. No.
You barely. Yeah, because it's
In 90 minutes, we didn't do anything.
So
Like
no,
how?
the whole trip
We
was
walked
90
straight.
minutes.
Well, from us leaving to getting to you.
I guess it probably
Yeah.
seemed a lot longer if you're in like a spooky
Dude,
situation.
it felt like 3 or 4 hours.
I mean, typically
Yeah.
those are meant to
Probably
move
3.
a person.
You know what?
once,
It may
almost,
have
right?
been fucking 3 hours. Fuck you!
No, but it hadn't been. It was not as long or as far as we had gone. It was so strange.
Well, you got out safely and you got in my car.
Dude,
and we probably
straight
got
up-
Taco Bell
dude,
on the way
dude,
home.
We definitely did. We popped
Yeah.
out of a manhole cover.
That's
Check it
pretty
out.
Cool.
We like looked around. We're like, "Whoa, okay, no cops. Let's go."
No cops. Let's go. Perfect.
Very cinematic.
Oh my goodness, that's just silly.
Huh.
No, that wasn't crazy.
And that's all your experiences, Nate.
Personally, yeah.
Wow.
I want to
about,
hear what you
uh,
got, Hypno. What do you got?
I got a lot.
Show
There's a
me
group
what you
one,
got.
But go
So-
ahead.
Give us like what are your top 2?
Like
Like
ready for the earliest one I can remember.
Yes.
So, this is either anywhere between kindergarten and 2nd grade. Between that, because we're in the house I grew up in. The one you guys both know. I decided to crawl to sleep with my parents for some reason. Don't know why. I'm a kid. But I remember I couldn't sleep that night. So I crawled to the edge of their bed, and I'm just staring out into the hallway. And the street light is shining in through the front door, up the stairs. So what I think there was a clock there at the time, was just illuminated. And I see a shadow.
Hey,
It's
Nate.
starting to come up. Yeah, that was rude, Nate.
Stop clicking while Hypno is trying to tell a story.
It is creepy. He's building the suspense, but
Anyway.
My
Clock, lamp.
yes. And I see a shadow climbing up. There's just a shadow moving. And my first thought was like, oh, it must be my dog. It must be my dog, Cody. But then I look at her bed, and she's sleeping right there. And there was no one else in the house. I mean, I had the younger ones, but I remember just seeing that. I'm like, and that was my thought. I'm like, oh goodness, what is that? And I just watched it move, and I felt like it was climbing forever. Truthfully, it looked like horns. I'm like, all right, I'm climbing back up and just pretending I'm sleeping.
And how old were you?
Kindergarten to second grade.
That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, see, if I was in that situation,
yeah.
I want to hear one more from you right quick.
Sure.
But I like, if I was in that situation and I was that young, I would probably just not know what to do, because I don't think I'd be cognitive at that point. Like,
I just saw it. I was like, all right, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not waking
burned
them
in
up.
your brain forever.
Yeah, it's just there.
Oh my goodness. What's another one you got?
Pick a time frame, because like I got portfolio, baby.
So,
give me within the last, like, you got one in the last like 5 years. Something recent that like you're an adult now and you remember.
Yeah, so I had one. Dude, I don't know. I felt like I was having a heart attack, man. Like I was, it was a prolific. I wouldn't say prolific, because that's like a good connotation, but like it was just. I was sleeping over with my ex, and I can't remember this dream. It was just like something just grabbed my heart and like started pulling it down.
Nah.
That's not even a good one. I remember one from high school. I was driving with it was one Halloween. I was driving with some buddies from football, and we were doing like a scary haunted place tour.
Yeah.
There was just one overpass. And supposedly, if you go under it, turn your car off, turn it back on, honk, and drive away, something's supposed to happen. It's like, one old-ass elements, like 1800s, bullshit like that.
Yeah.
We do the thing, drive off, nothing happens. So we decide, you know what, let's pull over. We see like a little trail, let's take a look-see. Now...
Also pass. No. By the way, I'm just throwing that in there right quick before you continue.
Yeah.
That's where I would have been like, nah, I'm gonna stay in the car.
It's supposed to be Mary's grave area.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I hop out. We all hop out. We start walking on the trail, just kind of looking around, checking out, like, oh, what is this? This is new, etc., etc. And we're walking down the path. One friend is being a fucking doofus, just jumping, hollering, jumping on twigs. I'm like, motherfucker, respect it.
Yeah, that's not something.
Yeah.
That's one thing you don't do
It's
at
so
like
grave.
Yeah.
To be
no
fair,
matter.
we weren't on the grave part.
Mary, Jeff, doesn't
We were
matter who
on
it's
the
for.
opposite side. The graves are all locked off. You can't go in there no more. But on the other side, it seemed to be like a nature trail of some sorts. So we were checking that out. But still, close proximity.
Pass.
Yeah.
That's not stuff that I'm down with.
That's fair. It's all right.
I think now though we got one of Nate's little doodads over there, huh?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have a special guest for this episode, for the remainder of this episode.
He'll be joining us, and he should be joining us relatively soon.
I want to hear what.
mine.
Yeah, he's got a prolific story. Oh!
This just
Hello.
This just in. Who's this now? Introduce yourself. Who are you? I'm not introducing you. Hello.
Be your own person. Stand up.
All right, I am physically standing up right now to introduce myself. Hello,
I
everyone.
hope so.
I'm
Hello, I'm waving.
I'm Patrick, whichever you'd prefer. My middle name is Stephen with a PH.
Oh.
I don't believe
Formal.
you.
PHS.
It's like you're wearing
Steven.
a tie.
Amazing.
And yeah, I heard I'm supposed to be sharing something with you guys today.
Oh yeah, we've been talking about some spooky and uncomfortable situations, and I heard you got something. I know Nate told me earlier.
Yeah,
I
there
want
was
to
that
hear what.
uncomfortable time with my uncle.
Oh,
Oh, the ghost story. Sorry,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
ghost
yeah,
story.
yeah, yeah.
Paranormal.
Goodness.
Sorry.
Maybe another episode.
Wow, that's gonna be a hell of an episode if that happens. All right, where to start? So, pretty much growing up in my old house was a nightmare sometimes. When I was very young, personally, things that I experienced were pretty small, just unexplainable things. Like, I'm pretty sure most people have that inexplicable music box that'll just randomly play.
Can't say I have.
Oh,
Not
really? Oh,
personally,
okay. I
no.
thought this was just like, oh, all right. So, like, nobody has.
I love music boxes too. Like, I wish I had one so they could fuck with it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a Snow White snow globe
Oh,
that
so-
for some reason had
Why
a
would-
music box in it.
Was that just chilling in your
Don't-
room?
Don't like
No,
that.
no, it was in the scary room. To me as a
The
child.
scary room.
You
Please
had a
elaborate.
Scary
dedicated to
room.
scary.
What is a scary room? What?
So in my basement, we had an unfinished basement,
Oh,
and
say less.
so early on, we had this really weird storage room that kind of just had like floating walls put up, whatever, however you'd call them. And like part of the floor was kind of carpeted, part of it wasn't. It just looked real sketch. And in there, we just had a few things that we didn't really care about. We kept them in there, and one of them was that snow globe. And for a while, so we ended up taking down that room because we didn't need it, and we moved the snow globe out of there. Before the day that we took it out of there, frequently, at least like once a week, that thing would just play by itself. We never wound it. We never went in there. We never touched it. We never even looked at it.
That's when you burn it with fire.
We've had it ever since, and it's never done it again.
So you think it was something in that room?
I'm not sure. I can't say for certain. But yeah, that was a very alarming circumstance.
Fuck that.
And-
I would not like that at all.
And funny enough, that exact same spot. So sometimes my dad, he had an office down in the basement, and sometimes he would just crash down there. He would sleep down there. He had a futon, and his office and where that bed was where that room used to be.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me. And then one night while he's sleeping, he has my oldest dog, Kelly, and he's like kind of snuggling with her. She was always down for it. It was a cold night. And he wakes up to her kind of going all like spastic and fighting him to get away
shit.
from him. And my dad kind of wakes up. He's like, what the? Go, whatever. And my dog Kelly turns and looks over his body towards the opening to like where the landing was for the stairs. It's like 3, 4 a.m., somewhere around there, pitch black.
Yeah.
And my dog starts barking
Yeah, ballistically.
and
Either
growling.
you get rid of the dog or get rid of the house. Either one.
Well, the dog
Only
died
two
recently,
options.
so you got that going for you.
Oh,
Well,
makes a monkey of us all.
I regret my words.
You're good. So yeah, like it wasn't fully pitch black because my dad had like computer servers down there and such. So there was like faint light, and he could see like my dog's hair standing up on the back, like on cackles, whatever the hell they call that. And she's just like growling and barking. And suddenly he sees her kind of just step back, get big eyes, turn around, and start clawing at where the bed met the wall, trying to get away.
No.
Oh, that's not fun at all.
Yeah, no.
So my dad comes upstairs the next night, exhausted.
Huh? That's
I'm like, hey.
not fun.
I'm like, what's up, Dad? So he tells me all this. I was like, so what was it? And he's like, you're telling me after what I just told you, you would have turned around and looked?
Yo,
To this
fair.
day,
no way.
he never looked.
That's fair. Like, fuck that.
Too bad
Yeah, man.
that you didn't know Nate at this time, and you could just sacrifice him to.
That's right.
Yeah,
I gladly would have too.
yeah, no, me too. Too bad I didn't know you. I would have. You know,
Oh my
we could have worked something out.
Nate, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
I mean-
sacrifice you.
I
That's the
appreciate
wrong
that, buddy.
answer.
Yeah, I would.
No, we've
That's a
slept
real
ass to
friend
ass
right
too
there.
many times.
Yeah, I mean, excuse me. Ooh. Yeah, I have like a bunch of just random things that happened to me, whether I was aware of it or not.
That's the other part. Like when you're fucking young, you don't know shit's
Yeah.
going wild. Like you're just trying to learn what
Exactly.
shit is.
Exactly, and that's what happened. One night, my dad had his friends over. Very close friends, Steve and John. John is blind. He'll come up in another story.
Say blind.
But he didn't see any ghosts.
No, he hasn't seen anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
There it is.
So, so
Yeah.
Steve was going to the bathroom. I was very young. I was still in a crib. I was just bowling in my crib, you know, bicking back. And
Shaking that rattle, moving that fag.
So he has his friends over. Oops, slap my mic. He has his friends over, and Steve gets up to go to the bathroom. The bathroom is right across the hall from my room. And he's walking past, and he sees my door wide open. He's like, that's weird. Why would that be open? You know, Bob, my dad, has friends over. You know, want to keep it quiet for the kid. So he grabs the door, goes to close it, and he feels, and it's freezing in my room, or at least where he's grabbing.
Yeah.
So he's like, that's weird. So he closes the door, just assuming the cold is coming in from the house. So he
Why
goes
is
to the
that like
bathroom.
a ghost thing? Like
It's
cold.
the absence of energy.
I just don't know. I haven't like watched any like scary things, so I like ghost hunter shows or anything. So I
Yeah,
have
I don't
no
know.
idea why.
Pretty good one, Hypno. I think that's a good explanation.
Thank you.
I wasn't listening.
The absence of energy. So like you have less kinetic energy, you have less heat.
But if there is energy, like if a ghost like slammed a door shut or did something like that, isn't that energy?
The idea is that the ghost is harnessing that energy from the environment.
From the heat.
dispersing it.
That's the
Sus.
idea. Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
sorry. So the handle was cold.
Yeah, so the room was cold, the handle, everything. So he closes the door, goes to the bathroom, rocks a piss,
Rocks.
comes out. Yeah,
Nice.
dude. You know it was a strong stream. He was young at the time.
This is prime.
He was in his prime piss rocking era. So he comes out of the bathroom. My door is wide open again. And, you know, obviously he's not going to assume it's me because I'm wee Bambino in the crib.
Bambino.
So he's like, oh, it's just one of them fucking with me. They're just messing with me. All right, let me close the door again. He grabs the door and pulls, and it feels like someone's on the other side of the door, pulling it away from him.
Oh goodness.
So he's sitting there fighting to close the door.
This is in the same house.
Yes.
Moving out.
Everything that I'm saying is all in the same house.
Like move out.
Well, I mean, we live in another state now. We moved like 250 something like that miles away, so we're good now.
know.
We have a
That
new
guy
house.
Find you.
That traumatized.
You have a
They'll
new
find
ghost.
you.
They'll find
Yeah,
you.
now
They'll do
coming.
it.
They're coming.
Now I live in a state where I'm
still have
allowed to
that globe.
own where I can own guns, dude. So I can shoot the ghosts if they try to fuck with me.
True. That's a good. Right.
All ghosts die from bullets.
That's true.
Everyone knows that
That's
they
a
don't even
fact.
have to
Write
be
it down.
silver.
Write
That's
that down.
the silver bullet is a lie. That's just for big bullet trying to get more money out of you.
Good
So he's sitting there fighting with whatever this is. So he steps into the room and looks around the door, expecting to, see my dad or a friend or something holding the door. And there's nothing there.
Yep.
So kind of just freaked out, he steps back out and just lightly closes the door like nothing had just happened.
Yeah, you fucking with him.
Just
Yeah,
continue on.
That's that. Yeah,
That is so freaky.
that's spooky.
Yeah, dude.
That's got me like.
And I was
ooh.
I was just sitting there in my crib all like, shh, shh, as,
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
as my dad's friend is fighting for his life.
just like, yeah, fight the shadow monster. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's
So,
wild,
another
though.
thing-
Yeah, no, I would have moved out.
Yeah, dude. I mean, fortunately, the one thing with it was it happened like there was something happening so frequently that we just got used to it. We didn't care anymore.
Fair. Yeah.
On God.
It just didn't be.
It's a-
You didn't give
That
it.
is
It's just
so
a slight,
crazy to
it's just
think.
a slight inconvenience.
Pretty much, yeah. It wasn't really affecting us. It wasn't. Nothing was happening other than just we got entertainment every now and again out of the blue.
Like, oh shit, the motherfucker threw a cup.
He did throw a candle in my room one time, whatever it was.
Was it
I
lit?
was the event or the candle.
The event.
Yeah, the event.
not
We're not-
both?
who cares about the cat?
Actually, I guess I can answer both. No, neither were lit. I was terrified.
Understand.
Fair.
This one's a quick one, at least. I was young, not too young. I was probably like 9, 10, something like that. And I had a Yankee candle in my room. It wasn't lit or anything, so I wasn't worried when this happened. It was on my desk. I was in a pretty small room. It was like maybe like 11 by 11, 10 by 10, something like that. Nothing big. And it was on my desk on the opposite wall that I was sleeping on. So I'm laying there kind of in like that like twilight where you're about to fall asleep.
Yeah, like you're about to
The
fall.
days.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, sensors are muddled. You're just trying to focus on sleeping. And suddenly I hear this glass on wood sliding sound
Ugh.
for only not even a second, just real small. And suddenly it stops. Second later, I hear the candle collide with the ground at the foot of my bed.
Oh. Yeah.
On God, dude.
Yeah,
I
that's-
did not get up.
No.
I did not investigate. I did not collect 200.
You went
bro.
to sleep.
I
said-
went to sleep.
Yeah, no, I
Warn
would-
you, leave me alone.
Wait,
Fuck off.
but that candle wasn't lit, right? Like it didn't just
No,
light your
no,
house
no.
on fire.
No, unfortunately.
Do you think?
That may have
Wait,
solved
now,
the problem.
yeah. Here's a question
Yeah.
for you now. If you, burn a house down that's haunted or has a ghost in it, what happens?
Oh, you're
Does the
screwed.
ghost disappear?
Oh, they latch on.
No,
That
it's
is
probably
weird.
some of that silly bullshit where they're like, no, if you do that, you'll take the home from the ghost, so the ghost will infest you and haunt you. It'll follow you,
please.
man.
Nice.
For real though.
We gotta speculate. I'm sure there's no science on that.
No.
No.
Definitely not. No, it's all garbage. So, yeah, that was really freaky. I woke up the next morning, kind of forgetting about it, and then I get up and look, and there's just the candle shattered on my floor.
Yep.
Glass?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that was
Ghost
spooky.
is trying to slice you up.
I mean, it would have been cool. That would have been pretty dope.
No,
Yeah,
you
had-
So wait, hold on.
you are not
Hold on.
ham. You are person.
You heal.
Yeah.
Fine.
So you've seen all of that, and you still say it's all bullshit.
What?
I don't think it's what everyone chalks it up to be.
Right.
Oh, you don't think it's
I don't-
paranormal?
I think what people think it is, I think it's something completely different.
So what is it?
Like there are some, that either believe it's just wandering spirits or souls or something like that. I'm not really a religious guy. Some people say it's demons, whatever it is. I can't believe that kind of stuff because A, not religious, and B, there's never really been a science that proves it. There's nothing been scientifically related that can be like, yes, this is it. Here's the proof of it.
That's the thing with me. I agree. Is like I'd like to see proof of something, and like I'm also like I try not to believe anything like ghost like, just because I it scares me. I don't watch scary movies, but yeah, I know, but I think definitely like spirits and stuff like they gotta be a thing. But this whole idea that like they're out for vengeance or like something, I don't like why. What did I do to you? You know, like.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
mean,
my
like,
fault.
people believe that there's like different types of ghosts. You know, like you have your demon. Like people won't believe that all ghosts are demons, but they'll believe demons exist, and that is a type of ghost. You know, you'll have the ones that I forget the term for it, but it's kind of like a ghost that's stuck in this weird like limbo-like loop
Yeah.
where they just keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Yep.
They can't be interacted with and all this stuff.
You can't.
And a
move on.
lot of it just sounds so convenient to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
fair.
That's what I'm saying.
That's where
That's
I
why-
have a
How does
huge
that
problem
sound?
with
Did
it.
any of you?
It's you know, things like a spirit box, things like EMF. EMF exists completely. That is 100% real. But the idea that it's associated with ghosts confuses me entirely. The cold temperature thing, you know, there's so many things that have never been proven but are just automatically assumed. Yeah, no, this totally makes sense for ghosts. Like running water. That
That
creates
one's
energy
so-
for,
Well, that's why-
for
have you
ghosts
guys-
to appear from or whatever.
Have you guys ever watched like ghost like shows like
Oh,
ghost
yeah.
hunter shows?
I love
Yeah.
them.
Yes, actually, that's one of my stories as well as associated with ghost hunters.
I stray away from that kind of shit. I know
Oh,
Nate.
dude,
Nate
that's-
always watched that. Like when
Oh, yeah.
we were
I
younger.
still-
The Hypno, you probably have too, but like
Yeah.
I probably wasn't as cognizant because I was always not watching scary shit with you.
Focused on
But then
man.
Nate was, Nate was like, you know what? Let's watch some fucking guy.
Oh yeah, no, I
Yeah.
forced you a couple
Yeah.
times.
Would you force him to watch?
It was
Ghost Adventures,
Oh,
of
yeah.
I don't
course.
like it. I don't like it.
What about like the Conjurings and stuff like that?
No,
Oh,
I
Nate,
no.
we watched that whole universe.
Oh yeah,
It's
actually,
yeah, for
not
just-
together
just-
yet. We still have a couple to catch up on now.
Yeah.
For me, it was Ghost Hunters back on Sci-Fi Taps.
Adventures is where it was at.
We never watched Adventures. One, I didn't even know it existed for a very long time.
Fair.
But two, dude, Ghost Adventures. I've gotten some talks in with Nate.
Zach Bagans
That-
and his chicken legs.
Oh my
What?
god, that show is ludicrous. Yeah, what was that?
Beginning, the early season.
Dude, if you notice, he never
This
wears
man's got
shorts.
a case of
He never
got a
wears
case of
shorts. He has
chicken
very
drumsticks.
thin- yeah, that has to that has to be it.
Oh my god. Nope, never noticed that. But, you know, at least with like Ghost Hunters back when I used to watch it, there was episodes they really didn't get anything. And to me, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
Because if you're getting something every
Every
episode,
time, then it's sus.
that's exactly, that's insane.
yeah, that's
what
impossible.
the hell? Whereas the less likely you are to get things, when you do get things, they're that much bigger, at least in my younger eyes.
Well, that's the thing. If one of these was like a 24 episode thing, then it's like if they're finding something like 10 out of the 24 episodes, then it's like cool. But like 14, if you're just watching and it's like they're searching for something and they don't find anything, that's fucking, I don't know. That'll get boring.
Or
That's-
that, or if it's
It's
the
all-
same
yeah.
bullshit.
It's all to sell ad space. Yep, you heard me over the E ESPN.
Dee-dee-dee.
What
That
happened?
worked out
Who's
perfectly.
playing?
But yeah, man, that's a huge part of it too. As these ghost shows and all this stuff continues on, the more ridiculous things get to me. Like, I don't know, probably you haven't, Alan, but maybe Hypno and Nate have. With the flashlights, they love their twist flashlights.
Yeah.
They set them to this point where it's just hovering on the point of on and off. They
Oh,
put
so
them
it's
down.
so low.
That's annoying.
Exactly. So they put it down and tell the ghost, you know, are you Mary Jenkins? Turn on the light if yes. And they're like, if it turns on as soon as I say that, it's gotta be a ghost. But the problem is with these flashlights, heat and cold affects them.
Yeah.
So as they cool down, it affects the way the head moves. So it can move itself and turn itself on. And then those bulbs with those mag lights, they heat up. So it expands it and moves it to off.
So it goes
This
back
is
and
that's
forth.
all been proven. You know, and they're still doing that kind of stuff over and over again.
See, that's lame.
So exactly, man. And that's why it's like I can't trust these shows anymore.
Ghost Adventures
And
in the
it's-
beginning did it with the EMF reader. Like, that felt more real. Not even that, but, like, there were episodes where, like, yeah, we didn't really find much this time. But it got to that point where, like, to be entertaining, they have to find something every time. So that's why they
Dude, when
always
you're
find
17
the orbs and
seasons
bullshit.
in, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
and
think?
like
What do you guys think about orbs? That's something that I think about sometimes.
Dude, I ponder my orb all the time. Like, for real.
Your
oh, we get an
specific
orb
orb?
ponderer.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You're an orb
Wow.
wanderer. What?
Ponderer.
Oh.
Ponderer.
I'm pondering this bitch.
Yeah,
I'm looking
dude.
in.
Ponderosa.
I'm looking like, what you got for me today, baby? What we doing? What we seeing? Who we growing? That's all it is.
What are the moves?
You just got
Oh my
actually,
God.
like, if you have like one of those big motherfucking orbs, like no joke, like a fortune teller, you have it in your house, you have to make sure you leave it covered because if sun hits it the wrong way, it can light your house on fire.
I thought you were gonna say like some kind of paranormal shit, not some real life. Your house
like
is gonna burn
yeah, like
down.
I'll help you out real quick.
So what was the question? How do we feel about ghost orbs?
Just orbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, ghost orbs.
Again, Nate and I have had some back and forth on this. Nate even showing me one of his own clips, fittingly at night in a graveyard.
Oh, I remember that
Um,
clip. Yeah, I've been to that graveyard.
Too convenient, right?
It's just I can't
Revolutionary
trust.
War graveyard, man.
I can't trust something like a ghost orb when there's so much stuff that can look like said ghost orb on camera, depending on the camera,
Like
you know,
dust.
dust, bugs, bats, like all this stuff, and you know, a directional light source can heavily influence it.
Well, that's the
So-
thing. Sometimes, like when I take pictures, sorry, Hypno, but sometimes, like at night when I take pictures, it's like I'll see something, but it's like that's just glare or something. You know,
You can
I
tell.
try to justify it.
It could be anything, truthfully.
You can tell what.
You can tell if it's like normal.
Normal. What does that?
I wouldn't
mean?
necessarily
I don't know
say
what
so
You can
because
tell if it's like a normal aberration, like if it's a moth or if it's
Oh,
like dust or there's
not necessarily. I mean,
absolutely it's repeatable.
no. 'Cause, I mean, you and I debate about your clip.
Yeah.
You're in a graveyard at night with the only light source for God only knows how long. It would make sense that a bug is there.
Right. But
In-
how
in
would
my
it show
mind.
up?
At some time, yeah.
yeah. But now,
So
But being
it feels
that
like
it's all
if there's the
said-
possibility of that, then that's what it is. More than likely, like 90%.
Occam's
No.
razor.
Sure.
Occam's
But-
razor.
But that's the thing is,
Simple.
What is
I'm
that?
not.
The more likely of the two options is probably it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. So
Um,
yeah. So an insect.
That's usually what happens with me with ghosts. Is like any kind of stuff like that is if there's something that it can be, I'm going to assume that more than something that's never been proven to me.
so then
Yeah.
what moved your candle? What was it?
Air.
I don't know if we're ready to go into that.
Okay, fair enough.
Probably not.
Nah.
Yeah. Let's just say it involves
Okay.
something along the lines of string theory.
We'll
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
we're putting a cap in this bunghole real quick before the spout
Yeah.
overflows.
So to go off of Ghost Hunters, actually, I'll say this and then I'll be done with my stories for now, at least. This one was a crazy one to me because it was one that made my entire body erupt into goosebumps after we thought about it. So that my dad's friend John, blind, what he would do is my dad would call him on they both had MacBooks, whatever it was at the time. It wasn't
Wait.
FaceTime yet, I don't think.
Wait.
What?
Was his nickname BJ?
BJ, no.
Blind
Blind
John.
John?
Blind.
No.
Oh my god.
No, he was just John.
Oh, okay. All right. Just wondering.
We need to sync them.
Could have been.
Not Johnny B. Johnny can't
No.
see.
No.
Got him.
Oh my god.
Johnny get a cane.
Oh my god.
He was good with the jokes though. He would roll with the punches, thank God. He was
That's what,
he was
as long as you're
yeah,
good
he's
with
good,
humor, like, yeah.
But anyway, so they would like just call on their MacBooks, and he would listen into the show while we watched it, me and my dad. So we're watching it one night, and we're just sitting there watching it, and they kind of get to like this really like intense part where they think they just found out something, or they're not sure what something is. And while we're watching, we hear someone walking behind us in the living room.
Pass.
Like clear as day, like 3 or 4 footsteps. And we turn around and look, and there's no one there. And while we're looking, outside of my house, there's a crazy loud crash of like metal. So we're tweaking now at this point. We just heard footsteps, and now this crazy crash. Obviously, the crash is way more concerning because what if someone's in our backyard fucking around trying to come and kill us, trying to come in and kiss my dad?
Yeah, that's you know
let
what?
that happen.
Out of everything you
Yeah.
listed, that's the bigger worry.
Exactly. You don't want your
Yeah.
dad getting French kissed in front of you
By a
person
random?
that's not your mom.
Yeah.
You don't even want to see it with your mom, dude. That's
True.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gross.
So
Okay.
yeah, man.
Pass.
So we immediately, instantly run outside with flashlights to investigate what that sound was. So we start looking around, and we look, and 2 poles that we had for like a external carport. It was kind of like a big old tent just to hold a car. We hadn't built it up yet. Those had fallen. It was a windy day, so we're like, oh, thank God. Thank God. And keep in mind, John heard both things. He heard the footsteps, and then he heard the crash.
Oh shit. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it was that loud that, you know, this like 2008, 2009 MacBook could pick it up.
Even the
So-
footsteps.
Yeah.
Dude, that's wild.
Yeah, man.
Shit.
So we go back inside, and we're like, "Hey, John. Hey, we found out what that crash was. We had some metal poles outside fall over." He's like, "Oh, that was really spooky. I was wondering what was going on over there." We're like, "Yeah."
That the way you said that sounded so sus. I wonder what's going on.
Yeah. And I'm kind of just sitting there, you know, relieved that we found out what the crash was, and then my heart sinks.
The footsteps.
What were the footsteps?
What were they?
Holy shit. Yeah.
To this day, we still have no idea what it was.
I'm sure
'Cause,
one day
you know,
we'll find
So
out.
scary.
Yeah, I don't know, cause like a house creaks. I lived in a place that was built in the 1860s in an apartment. I literally thought someone was walking down my hallway one time. So convinced that I rushed the hallway to attack whoever it was, and it was just my building shifting. So
Yeah.
my old house wasn't
Tectonic
that
plates.
old, but it could have just been that. You know, it's
fair.
I don't know, but I had a plethora of spooky shit happen to me in my life.
That's
Constant
pretty wild. I
apparitions.
definitely
It was-
haven't had that many experiences, but like I think I don't know, any amount is a fair share, you know?
Yeah.
Because they're unnatural as it is.
One is enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You know, I actually think the more that happens, the better off. Because so many happened, the better off I am. I think it's genuinely because of all of those
well yeah, it's
things
desensitized.
that I'm less
of you.
like I'm more of a skeptic.
Yeah.
You know, because it forced me to search for,
You go to
hey,
explain
why
it
did these
more.
things happen?
I believe
You know?
everything. What is it called? What's the word? Come
You're
on.
Idiot?
a believer.
Nope, no.
You're not a believer, dude. No Justin Biebs
Gullible.
for you.
There, hello,
Swift.
gullible.
Oh,
there
gullible.
we go.
Oh.
Yeah. So like, if
I see.
if you're in the same house as me, and it's like, oh, you hear that? I'll be like,
Nope.
I'd rather not.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, dude, we gotta get out.
But
Like zoinks.
I'd say that that's a good place to wrap her up. I think we
think
talked
so.
about some crazy spooky shit, and
It's
I
time to
gotta
watch
say,
something fun.
I know you didn't believe it in the beginning, Pat, but this is our Halloween episode because guess what? All the retail stores, they're starting, so guess what? We're ahead of the curve just like
Amen,
them.
brother. You got to base your podcast schedule around CVS's, holiday.
That's what I'm
schedule, dude.
saying.
Dude,
When I go
Pumpkin
in, I
Spice
can
is
swipe.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that pumpkin spice hits, the podcast hits. That's just how it goes. That's a natural order of things, dude.
P for
Right.
P.
You gotta strike while the iron's hot, dude. People don't believe that the end of August is August. They just believe end of August all the way through to October
season.
is October.
Exactly.
It is.
Yeah, man, and
Well,
it is what it is now. It's sad.
Let me tell you, Pat. I appreciate you for coming on,
Yes,
and
thank you for
Stephen
sharing.
with
Thank you so
a
much,
with a
man.
PH. Weird.
Fuck you, man. My mom named me that.
But we, the Discreet Few, will see you again next week. Pat, if you ever want to come on again, feel free. We had a
let's
great
go.
time here. At least I have. I can't speak for Nate, so
All right.
Awful.
but
I get
Just
enough
awful.
of him.
Honestly,
I come
don't
for
need
you
to
too.
hear you.
Oh.
I will see you
We'll
guys.
plot it down, Fall. Get out. Get to your jobs. Come on. We got work to do. Let's go.
I'll see you next week, bitches.
All right, boys.
Peace out, boys.
I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, that was a lot.